Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another market conversation. I'm JerryVHall. I am so thrilled to have a show set up for you tonight in the midst of an upward trend. So as our investments are swelling, so can our hearts and our emotions and the information that we are going to exchange with each other tonight. I am so happy to have scheduled with us Dan from Digital Asset News and Eagle from Blockchain Monkeyz. Now, I'm going to kick this show off tonight with Eagle, and we're going to bring him in. So line up your vet questions. This is a young man that has been tuned in to vet for a long time and been in the crypto scene even longer. He's energetic, knowledgeable, and unfortunately for me, incredibly handsome. So, please don't compare the two of us. Anyway, so pretend I've got some really high-tech, cool jingle, right? Maybe something cool like picture like a Jackson 5 tune is my show theme song, and we'll do ABC, but the lyrics will be a little different, right? XRP, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, and that's enough from me. So let's bring in Eagle from Blockchain Monkeyz. Welcome him to the show.
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
Hey, good to have you. Hey, Eagle, you got your camera turned off, I think, there, sir.
Boom. Hey.
Boom. So, hey, what in the heck is shaking, man? I'm so glad to finally get you on the program.
Thank you so much for having me, man. This is awesome. I really appreciate you and all the stuff you do on your YouTube channel as well, man.
Well, I haven't seen you come into the comments, and it was one of these really kind of cool things. Like, I don't know if the audience knows, Eagle and I both were contributors, on another platform called On the Chain. And Eagle was doing stuff back with altcoins being a topic, geez, year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, it was a while back, dude. And so that's where I got turned on to you. And one of the things I'll tell you, even though the content, the specific information isn't like right there at the front of my noggin, the context, your energy and your passion and your enthusiasm and excitement to be part of an actual innovative revolution showed through with every single thing you did. So maybe for the folks that are just now discovering you, give us a little background on how you found crypto, like and when, and the journey that you've taken up until today.
Wow. So how I found crypto, I was doing like some online marketing stuff, and a guy by the name of Darren Gaudry, he kept messaging me. He's like a mentor of mine. He kept messaging me about like this Bitcoin stuff. And for like the first 3 months, I just kept blowing it off. I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with this, this trash or this, this fake. Because I've seen so many different like online marketing scams.
Yeah.
I thought it was just another one of those without even like realizing to do my research first. So I blew it off. And finally, I said, okay. I was like, there's a reason he keeps giving me this information. It was a video. And when I got that video, I watched it, and it was a documentary. It had Andreas Antonopoulos in it. It had Roger Ver in it. It was a big documentary to this day. And when I watched it, I couldn't go to sleep for like 2 days. I went all the way down the blockchain rabbit hole, and it made so much sense, even though most of the world didn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just made sense just from digging into my research. It was finally like for 2 days I didn't sleep. Like I literally did not sleep, and I just kept researching and looking at the white paper, and just going through Andreas Antonopoulos's his videos and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, it was just mind blowing. So I finally crashed out, and I've been in it ever since. And that was 2016. It was around probably July 2016.
You know what? I love having folks that have that kind of history in this space. And I have a question for you. Can you remember 3 projects that you were really excited about back then that are nowhere to be found now? In other words, they're gone.
One was Electronium.
Okay.
I was so pumped about Electronium. A couple other scams I was excited about that I got into. It wasn't until I started watching Sam from I Am
Sam to the lifeboat.
From the lifeboats. I start watching him, and some of the research that he was giving me on XRP and on Ripple, it just made total concrete sense to me. It got to the point where I felt like if I didn't have some of this, I would regret it for the rest of my life. To know that, to get that type of information, then there was a transition period where I was able to spot out scams really, really easy now, just from the experience of going through and knowing what to look for and the fundamentals of the projects and the owners and the team. So yeah, that's basically how it happened.
You know, one of the things I have to commend you on, and all the folks that got into the content creation game early on and brought us this stuff, you know, because at face value, truth be told, reading a paper, it's hard to discern.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It can be very difficult to discern. Now, we have the luxury now that there's enough money in this space that it's fairly safe to say if you're in the top 10, top 12, top 15, you have the kind of market cap that is already established yourself as. All those other investors have kind of vetted you already. And whether you like a particular platform or not is one thing, but you can kind of, every single one of us that are looking at those top 15 protocols can say it's a legit thing. Now, you may not like proof of work. You may not like smart contracts. You may not like consensus federated algorithms, you know, whatever. But that doesn't mean it's a scam.
Right. See, and then you get to the point where you get your emotions out the way. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, you're excited, especially for newbies coming in. You're excited. You see a project. You're excited. You might have heard something that has you going. You might have a community that's really, really excited about the project. You know what I'm saying? You get to a point where once you can get your emotions out the way, man, it's even more fun.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Electronium hit. I will tell you now, this isn't a scam, but I can tell you when I very, very first got to this space in February 2018, and I was reading about all the stuff, obviously I got excited about XRP.
Yeah.
Because I had a real life experience having to buy lumber from Ecuador, send a wire transfer, and have a problem.
Wow.
And what a friggin' nightmare that was. So everything I learned and read about Ripple and what they were doing and how XRP would be used, it made sense to me, and I could immediately see the value proposition. So that was easy.
Is that how you got in?
Oh yeah, that's how yeah.
Wow.
Like how I got introduced, this is the quickest story in the world. I'm in Costa Rica getting some dental work done. So I was down in Costa Rica on a medical tourism kind of thing. And the bartender waiter at my hotel place saw that I kept checking my phone because I was checking my Charles Schwab investment account because I was invested in equities and things of that nature. And he said, you know, I'm an investor too. And I said, oh, really? What do you invest in? Because I was curious. In Costa Rica, what do you invest in? Yeah. He says, I'm invested in Ethereum Bitcoin mining contracts. And I was like, what's that? And he explained it to me, and I go, that's interesting. That was interesting. So when I got home, I started reading about it.
Right away.
Yeah, right away. Well, why not? Yeah, I mean, of course.
Nice.
And so that's what the deal is. But I'll tell you that I wanted to bring this coin up because the coin is still present today. Keep in mind, when I was reading about it, it had about an $80, $90 valuation. It was called NEO.
Yes.
I
remember NEO. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's still on the board.
Yeah.
What I remember reading about smart contracts and NEO being this Chinese Ethereum
killer,
knowing how fast Asian cultures adopt technology, I put 2 and 2 together and thought, okay, NEO is going to be a winner. I remember plopping my money down on NEO, and I watched it go. Literally, this is 2018. From my entry point at $90 a coin, I watched it go all the way down, and I was a holder holding the coin all the way down to $12, and I went, you know what? I think I'm just going to cash out of all those other projects that I had. I'm going to put the money into XRP, and I'm just going to, observe for a while because it's heartbreaking to see your investment lose ground every day when you see innovation, the plumbing, the infrastructure, and all the incredible things that make those things valuable in the real world happening day after day, but the value of your investment going down day after day. It's a real perplexing thing for an investor because it none of it's logical. It's not connecting. It's like there's a disconnect. There's a dislocation here. What is it? Is it me?
Right.
Well, what I've come to accept is that it's not me at all. It's the world. And that's the way early, and I mean early adopters, it's just the path of the early adopter.
Jerry, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
What you just explained right there, everything is the same exact thing that I went through too.
Sure.
Having to have the emotional fortitude to be able to withstand the fact that the plumbing is being built and you're watching your investments go down, you're like, and then time is going by. Years are going by.
Years.
Like, so then you start looking at yourself. Am I crazy? I'm like, no, I know I'm right. I know I'm right, and I'm right. Wait it out. And then now the plumbing that's going on and the progress that we're seeing makes me confident in my hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting thing that this, as unfortunate as this pandemic has been, I think it has really focused a spotlight on these innovative technologies, not just blockchain, obviously video conferencing. I mean, look at these video conferencing platforms that have taken off. Look at the sheer magnitude of other digitally centric financial services that have emerged.
Yes.
So it's not, I don't want to say all things digital, but there are definitely some heavily impacted digital verticals that this pandemic has helped to elevate. And I think DLT is one of them.
Yeah.
And it's exciting times. Like, I have a friend actually who I met through doing content on YouTube. He's become a close friend. We talk on the phone all the time. This is a guy about my age who was able to get into this market with some serious money at the end of 2019, right?
Okay.
And when I say serious money, I'm talking about serious money.
Yeah.
And he accumulated a monster bag through the end of 2019. And so we're joking, and he's, I know what my average cost for XRP is. And if you're an XRP investor, everybody should know what their average cost per token is. Mine's at 42 cents. Now, if I can get some more money, and I can bring that down a little bit. His average cost is under 22 cents. And he has got a shit ton of it. And so every day, these last 3 days, as XRP keeps ticking up 1 cent, right? 1 cent a day. It's kind of been averaging 1 cent a day for the last 6-7 days.
Yeah.
I message him and call him every day. Look at you making $5,000 a day, making $5,000 a day sitting on your ass watching Sports Center.
Oh my
what the fuck?
Crazy.
It's insane. So let's fast forward to today. Here you are. You've still got your personal training business. You've got a superfoods nutritional supplement thing going on, but you're still an avid investor. And I know if we cut you open, you would bleed VeChain blue.
Yes.
Let's talk about VeChain because it's one of the projects I'm super excited about. Hit me with when you discovered it. What was the thing that really attracted you to do the deep dive and then actually put your money in the project? I would love to hear that story.
It was Token Vision's fault.
I love Token Vision.
Token Vision, man. It was the combination. It was mesmerizing. You know what I mean? Like the information about VeChain and what they were doing, and then the way Token Vision put it all together, it was a great sales pitch with extreme facts on top of it. And then after researching Sunny Lu, I was like, oh, I'm in, because you see certain people and you're just like, bam, that's it, right? It was just one of those connections. When I saw him, he was on an interview talking about his father, and his morals and his principles, backed up with what he did for Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, exactly.
Backed up to all his connections, because he's able to go to the highest parts of the government and then come all the way down to us. You know what I mean? And it just brought me in. You see, it's like VeChain news after VeChain news after VeChain news. You know what I mean? It's just so much. So I was just all in from the gate, and I just said, because of like, just similar to you, because of our experience in the game, all we have to do is wait. We just have to wait.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that I thought was really attractive about Sunny specifically leading that VeChain project, was the fact that he did come from Louis Vuitton. And you and I both know, I mean, you can't swing a dead cat in a big urban city and not hit somebody with a counterfeit Louis Vuitton product.
Right? That's the sauce.
He is so keenly aware on every business level the degradation to the brand with that happened, and the ability that VeChain has to, I want to say, be a trusted authentication protocol for those. And that's just one vertical. I mean, that's just one sliver of one vertical that VeChain is like suited to go after, not to mention all the other downstream supply chain stuff. So an authentic Louis Vuitton bag. So when you buy that bag, you know you're getting the real deal. How about parts for your BMW? Bang. How about them glorious tomatoes with that new tomato deal they signed? Yeah. Or even all the food stuff in the Walmart China supply chain.
He's doing cruise ships. It's amazing, man. He's doing the so you know how when people are selling used cars, how they mess with the odometer?
Yeah, exactly.
Stop to that. Yeah. Man.
And that's a big deal. If you look, okay, so just with that statement, I'll tell you how that affects me. Because one of the things I look at, I take a macroeconomic view of things, and so trends are huge, right? Yeah. So I can see as the baby boomer generation is piling into the retirement phase of their life, their new car purchases are literally going to go to zero. They're not going to keep buying new cars anymore.
Right.
What does that mean? Well, that means that's the largest buyer in that market is coming out of the market. All right. The millennials are the largest demographic to buy used vehicles. Right?
Wow.
Put two and two together. If new car sales are going to go down, that means the addressable market for autos, period, is going to be slanted to used cars. Well, if a huge problem in the used car resale market is odometer manipulation,
yeah,
and now you have a solution that solves that problem.
Yes.
Now everybody that uploads or signs on or becomes a partner or whatever the term is to adopt this technology into their used car resale business,
right,
now has a leg up, not just in the actual product because it's authenticated and that's a huge value, but also in marketing.
Yes.
Right? For customer acquisition.
Yeah.
So that was huge. I thought that was, I think, go Sonny, go.
Yeah.
Go Sonny, go.
Yes. I mean, like because I know like a lot of the kids and a lot of the youth, I saw that they were working with like Nike and different used shoe companies. Their main thing is it legitimate or not? Or is it fake or not? We got to prove that it's real. When it's authenticated on that VeChain blockchain, man, they're gonna be like, but is it? I know they look good, but is it VeChain certified?
I know it looks good, but is it VeChain certified? That, you know what? I see a Nike commercial, right, with a handsome man like yourself, looking to buy himself a pair of Jordans.
I saw some commercials already. Like yeah.
You gotta somehow direct. You gotta let us know. We gotta get it on film.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
It was a Travis Scott edition.
Oh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Now, hey Brady, I don't know. I'm sure you can hear me. I saw some questions that actually had
Bill Gold too.
I missed it. Here's one. I'm going to put a question on the board. This is Wade Hutchins. He said, "Sir, give a 60-second pitch on VET price." You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like to me somebody who just now invested in VET and wants some investment confirmation. I will say though that the VET price will most likely and probably be higher in 24 months than it is today. That is the sound of a veteran, everybody. Yeah, this is the long game. Any of us that got in here thinking that in 3 and 4 and 5, we just discovered crypto. It's this amazing thing. All it takes is somebody to discover this, and this whole market's going to blow up. No, not really.
No. That'd be nice.
For sure. You pick your projects.
Right.
And you develop a good investment strategy. For instance, all of you folks out there that have jobs now, that have an income, dollar cost averaging, something that's comfortable within your budget on a scheduled basis over the next 2 or 3 years should absolutely pay dividends. Now, if you do what I did and you get all excited and put the entire enchilada in this thing, and you know you're eating beans and rice or top ramen, if it doesn't happen, then don't go crying to anybody that the market's manipulated, everything is being repressed, and no, you made a choice. Put on your big boy pants, suck it up, create a YouTube channel, start talking about it.
That's the truth, man. That is the total truth.
So let me ask you this. I have a friend, and we had him on the show about 3-4 weeks ago, Rob Licker, and he's big into VET also. And matter of fact, he's been a great source for me for things that were important for me to understand. And that was the tokenomics of VeChain. I had originally had a hard time understanding how the actual VET token would produce value beyond it generating VTHOR. I understand VTHOR is the gas. You need gas to do anything in the protocol. I get that. But I had a hard time figuring out the VET price appreciation in token economics. He sent me some stuff. Tell me what you see as why should the actual VET token go up in price? What would be the drivers?
Well, I was under the understanding that like some of the VTHOR would be burned, and that these companies would have to have that in order for their businesses to run. So I thought that it would naturally make the price.
So you were thinking that the user base of the protocol would have a demand for VTHOR beyond their own VET holdings, where they would have to go into a public market and get VTHOR to operate their business functions on the VeChain protocol?
That's what I believe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
see that as possible.
Yeah.
I see that as possible. I'll tell you what I found about the actual VET token and what really got me excited was that any smart contract written on the VeChain blockchain that has to do with a transaction has to be settled in VET.
Has to be, yes.
Now your customer, like your superfood product, right? Let's say we get it on VeChain and it's sourced from the farm to the bag to the customer through VeChain, right?
Your product. What's crazy?
What
you just said there is exactly what I want to do.
Well then, Sonny, call Eagle later and we'll get this all set up offline. So check that out. So now you have your authentication element going through the VeChain protocol, which it's going to take VTHOR to happen. So your company is going to have to hold VET and enough VET to produce the VTHOR necessary to run your product line.
Right.
Okay, great. That's great. Guess what? Let's say you have sales invoices, right? You're doing sales contracts. Maybe you're going to sell to, I don't know, Z Superfoods and give them a wholesale deal or something, right? Well, and they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you 30 days after delivery, which is a standard, agreement type of thing. And you go, okay. Yeah. And they want to pay you in Bitcoin or US dollars and something. And you say, no problem. You set it up with the VeChain protocol. And it goes through an exchange like a Bitstamp or a Coinbase or a whoever. But to actually settle the contract, it has to be settled in VET.
Yeah.
That is the value proposition.
Back it up real quick. So say if they wanted to pay in Bitcoin, they haven't set it up to where it spits out in my VeChain?
Well, okay, so this would be let's say you're Z Superfoods and you're going to buy wholesale Eagle's superfood product.
Right.
Okay. So you're Z Foods, I'm you. Right. Bald, handsome, the whole 9 yards. Okay. But you want to pay in Bitcoin. Not a problem. You send Bitcoin with your invoice, right?
Right.
But there'll have to be an exchange in the middle to turn your Bitcoin to settle the smart contract in VET.
What is that? That's an atomic swap right there, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. The point is no financial transaction in a smart contract can get settled on the VeChain protocol without using VET.
Wow.
It's set. See, I didn't understand that little tokenomic built-in piece of the code.
It can be so complicated at times.
Monstrous.
Beautiful.
Isn't it great? It's totally great. So what's stopping you from reaching out to VeChain, whether it be Sonny directly or his business development department?
Oh, that's definitely in the works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna reach out to them. When do we moon?
Well, why wait till we moon?
Because I want to do something really big and magnificent with it. You know what I mean? What's the sense of mooning if you don't have a plan of what you're going to do with after you moon?
Well, I understand that from an investment standpoint, but from running a business standpoint,
yeah. Oh, you mean getting the process started now of tracking the actual goods?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean that should wait for no man.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'll bet.
I'll send them an email.
You should, because I can imagine they would like to get as many people on board, small or big.
Yeah, I see them say that's another thing that attracted me to him, because here's this guy at the top of the governments coming all the way down to the lower level, talking about small businesses and individuals. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Well, here we got one from the audience. What other projects have you been looking at outside of XRP, XLM, Cardano, and VET?
MPXS, Pundi.
Why don't you share a little bit about Pundi X?
I just like what Zach Chia is doing, because with the XPulse machines, I don't think the majority of the world is where we're at as far as like innovation. Like people in here in the crypto space, they still have to transition. And what better way for a crypto company that's going to now partner with PayPal and to have it easily set up to where you can buy crypto with your cash. I don't know if you had a chance to see their merchant machine yet, but they're doing some pretty good big things. Yeah.
This crypto space is so big that there is not one of us, and I don't care how bright you are and how educated you are, there's not one of us that can fully wrap their mind around the whole enchilada. Nope. It is just too big. Now, if I remember this correctly, wait, I'm not going to remember it. I was trying to remember the exact number. They have a published number of active PayPal users. And I was going to say 55 million, which is the number I remember, but I don't
remember saying 5.
It's very small.
I'm not sure.
For a global payment, that sounds very small. What number did you remember hearing?
I remember a 5 in it. I don't know, 50 or 500.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
I know it's a big number.
So Pundi X, good. Thank you for that answer. Here's one from Steven. Heard on Satoshi Boomin Vet YouTube channel, VeChain Pepsi possibly partnering.
I've heard
that.
Are
they going to authenticate Pepsi Cola so that you don't drink counterfeited Pepsi Cola?
I don't know. I've heard that rumor before, but I don't know.
Have you? Yeah, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it at all.
Rumor. I heard the rumor.
Nothing wrong with a good rumor. Nothing wrong with a good rumor. Here we go. Oh, I just missed that. I'm sorry. Here it is. Okay, I wonder if Vet can track my whiskey vodka.
They can. They absolutely can.
Here's the wonderful thing about it. There is nothing that's manufactured.
That's right, Bill.
That if you start at the beginning, you can't track it all the way through the supply chain.
Wait, what did you say at the beginning of that?
There's nothing that's manufactured that can't have that process.
Right.
300 million PayPal users. That would make sense because PayPal's a global thing. We've got PayPal down here in Costa Rica. People use PayPal. Oh, yeah. So Pundi's partnership with PayPal is kind of a big deal.
I was thinking that it might be a big deal. I didn't know for sure, but I was thinking that it might be a big deal.
Might be a big deal. All right, here's one from Brett. Check this out. EPOS systems were pretty new around 1995, but they soon started rolling out like wildfire. So Pundi looks like something to read into. I'll be looking at this. Brent, good job. Boy, I mean, when you catch wind of these things, the first thing that comes to my mind is, I wish I had more money to invest. I don't want to buy a new car. I don't want to buy new clothes.
Nope.
I don't want to buy a new wife.
Nope. No.
I would like to invest more into crypto.
I would love to invest more. That's what.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. I heard vet partnership was either Target, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, or Subway. Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, here's a rumor that I'll spread right here on this show. And that is, there's a rumor that there's a small Philadelphia superfoods company going to be teaming up with VeChain to authenticate its macro and micro nutrient content and ensure from farm to smoothie you're getting everything it says on the label.
That's right.
What is the name of your superfoods outfit?
Oh, it's Moss Heads.
Moss Heads.
Moss Heads, but instead of an S, it's a Z at the end. So Moss Heads.
Blockchain Monkeyz.
Yes.
Now, you know, one of the things I always love talking to people about, and especially Eagle, since you've been in this space for so long, you've had a lot of time to think about this, and you stay active in your consumption of content.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you've been watching a lot of my videos, so you know I'm very centered on the investor mindset. So
that's what I love.
Macroeconomics. So I talk about exit strategies. I talk about goals, right? I talk about being prepared. I talk about designing my exit strategy to the goals and results that I truly want my investment to produce for me.
Value.
I would love to hear. Now, we don't need specifics. You don't need to tell me exactly how many coins or any of that kind of stuff. But what kind of goals do you have for your investment? And what kind of exit strategy have you designed for yourself to be able to materialize those goals when the time comes for that to happen?
I don't really have like crazy exit strategies.
Okay.
I only plan on exiting for things that I know that I want, because I feel like maybe this mindset will change for me as I get older and as the space matures and as we see like more people come in over the years. You're looking at the market, you're seeing where they're going, seeing what you should do, but I don't really have a really huge exit strategy besides the big things the big purchases that I'm going to make in the future. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's so many different tools out here today that I'm going to want to use my investments to put in these tools that are going to keep generating rating. You know what I mean? I'm not so much worried. I'm not so excited about spending all of my money. You know what I mean?
I do. And so I know you're heavily invested in VET, and that is a protocol that the VET token generates VeThor being a consumable commodity like an oil, or gasoline. It gets consumed, it gets burned, therefore
it generates.
You have what we would call a passive income stream.
Yes.
Here's the hard part for me. I'm not sure how to quantify that yet. Not all exchanges offer a public trading platform for VeThor. They do for VET, but not VeThor. Right. So I wouldn't necessarily even know where to sell my VeThor. The other thing is it's not a big market yet.
Right.
And it's going to take some serious usage of the protocol to burn enough VeThor that people that need the protocol to function will have to go into the public market and take it. So that's kind of a very long-term passive income possibility.
Right.
Does Pundi X have any kind of tokenomics to it that generate something that pay you to hold it, basically?
I'm not sure on that. As far as like a staking mechanism, I know with their wallet, they were giving you a small percentage for having your MPXS in there, but I'm not sure as far when it comes to their staking mechanism.
Okay, so in Pundi is a proof of stake protocol.
Yeah,
and just by downloading the Pundi X,
wait, I think they're using the. Did they go to their main? I'm not sure if they went to their.
I don't know.
No.
I know nothing about Pundi X other than it's a token board.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm invested in it. I don't know it. I don't know it from Neo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I'm not an expert on Pundi.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to that too. I know the tokens that I actually have money in. You can bet your ass I know.
What interests me about Pundi too is like their merchant capabilities and how they'll be integrating with small businesses. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you're signing a partnership with PayPal to be the quote unquote cryptocurrency exchange provider, whatever you want to call it,
yeah, for
a platform with 300 million users worldwide, I would think that would be something worth a deep dive.
Yeah, because I don't know if PayPal would even take on something like that with their name and with them being around this long and their you know what I mean, their foundation of where they're at. I don't know that they would connect them with them for nothing big.
And without doing some serious vetting. So yeah, I think what you've done, and Brady, see, Brady and I will talk about this for the next week and a half. Watch. And we're gonna be looking into old Pundi X. Matter of fact, I'm putting it right down here on my thing. And I'll take a look at it. I'm gonna dive into the tokenomics of it.
Yeah. Because
I'll tell you.
One thing I always do, I'll always look at something.
Oh, sure.
If somebody tells me something, I'll always look at it. It may only be for 5 minutes, but I'll look.
So here we go. Brent chimes in. POW is a plus with Pundi. Then since Agenda 2030, sustainable development plans are coming into force in Europe and USA. I'm not sure if I don't understand that, because when I see POW, I'm thinking proof of work.
Yeah, I was thinking proof of work as well.
So proof of work is a plus with Pundi. Then since Agenda 2030, boy, I wish I understood this question. Maybe somebody who's into Pundi can help explain.
Come on in and let us know. Yeah,
jump in there and let me know. Again, I apologize, folks. I know nothing about Pundi.
Yeah.
Want to ask me about XRP? Gotcha. Want to talk to me about VeChain? I gotcha.
Pundi, I think they're the first company to make a blockchain-based cell phone as well. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
Look that up. Google that. Yeah.
Google that. Proof of work uses less power. I don't think so. There's an agenda to offset carbon emissions. Proof of work using less power. Boy, it's kind of like saying Eagle's going to get less handsome by the end of the game. It just, none of that makes sense.
Thanks. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
It's really interesting when you start looking at, so I think that brings up a great topic that we can riff on and get some engagement from the audience. It's one thing to understand what a protocol does, like what use case it serves, right? But the longer I stay in the space and the more I learn and understand what are the underlying things, these guts, things that necessarily don't have anything to do with, like in Pundi, in VeChain's case, have anything to do with how Nike would track a product through its supply chain, right? That's the user side of it. But the guts part of it is, how are transactions validated? How are nodes operated? Mm-hmm. Who operates the nodes, right? Right. And so we've seen these various iterations from Bitcoin and its proof of work, and it's like how it evolved from dudes like you and me with a laptop mining Bitcoin on our home computers, to now to this amount, this evolution of these monster server farms, these mining pools, that the economics make it viable to do that. And I get that. I totally get that. But now we get these second and third generation products and protocols coming online going, you know what? Let's not have transaction validation be something that can be game theoried. Right. So those that have the most money can gain the most from it. And so when you see projects like VeChain, you see projects like Cardano, even, for instance, XRP, right? Which have zero incentive to validate transactions. Right. Zero incentive. So, and they say the best incentive is no incentive. I'm not sure if I totally agree with that, unless you're an actual participant in the network. So if I'm Bank of America and I want the system to run properly, obviously I'm incentivized to run a validation. Yes. But you and I aren't. Right. As hobbyists, no way. We're not worried about that. Not gonna happen. So, as this industry evolves, I think we're going to see more and more emphasis on even distribution of, we'll call it reward or value. From validators. Right. And I have a prediction. I'm going to make it right here on the show. I honestly believe that within 10 years, Bitcoin will be the only proof of work protocol on the planet. Why do you think that? What makes you think that? Well, it's because of that exact diatribe that I just proceeded with, and that is the cost to run the system the way your Bitcoins, Litecoins, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Diamond, Ethereum, the way these protocols have their their transactions validated is so immensely expensive. The sheer draw on the network every day. So for instance, let's talk about Bitcoin just for a second. Yep. And I like Bitcoin. I own some Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin hater, but I'm also I'm a realist. It costs $9 million a day to run that network. Now, I want security in my network. Don't get me wrong. I want it. I want immutability. You know what I mean? I want all the wonderful things that Bitcoin brings to the table as a form of value that can be interchanged. I want all of that stuff. But $9 million a day? Yeah. And that's currently. If this thing ramps up and the transactions double or triple, I was just getting ready to say, do you remember the fees during the bull run? No, because I wasn't invested in Bitcoin during the bull run. But their fees are ridiculous. But when a bull run is happening and you're in that motion and your emotions are there, you don't care during that time. You don't care. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, if you see the capital appreciation went up by thousands, you don't mind paying $60, $70 for transaction fee. Right. It was the transition. Like, so, you know what? I said that wrong.
you do care. But like in the beginning, you see a big spike. Like say it's your first time making a huge profit. You see a big spike. You don't look at the transaction fee. Then time goes on. You're like, I'm sick of paying these damn transaction fees. You know what I mean? So you got things like XRP, who's coming in the game, and I don't care if you don't like XRP or not.
Thank you, Brady.
Whether you like XRP or not, that's the shit right there.
It is.
Sauce. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like it.
We got a question here from Steven. Now, I don't address politics at all. I'm non-political, but here's a question. If Biden gets elected, do you think proof of work tokens will be a new Green Deal target?
I don't know with Biden in there.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I can tell you they already are a Green Deal target.
Yeah.
It's a topic. Believe me, it's being discussed. And just to let the audience know, I don't want to be a political.
I hate it.
I don't have an opinion one way or the other.
Nope.
My only political allegiance is to the free market capitalism that we've enjoyed in this country for a long time. I want the ability to choose where I invest my money and profit massively if I'm right and get my ass handed to me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm ready for both sides of the equation.
Same.
All right. So that's, let's see. Here's another one. I'll let you grab that. No, that wasn't it because that's political again. I don't know why I can't find these stupid things. Here we go. This is from Bill Gould. Once cryptocurrency goes mainstream, the three huggers are going to here we go back to political. Okay. Here we go. This looks good. Stack and ZERPs. I just started accumulating DIVI tokens, trying to set up a masternode for residential income. Do you know anything about Divi? I've heard of it, but I don't know nothing about it.
Same here. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Let's see here. What else? We got some other stuff. Hey, Vet, Lance, nice to see you, man. And Vito. Now, Vito has been active in the chat all night. Haven't got any of his stuff up here. I paid 30 to 7.
Look at that. Look at Vito. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Vito. You're going to have to call your cousin Vinny, Vito, and get Vinny to go talk to the Bitcoin miners. Oh, that's downright mobster extortion right there.
It's crazy, man.
All right. How about Dakota? BTC will have to be traded off-chain once it passes 25,000 to 100,000. Fees would be too high. That or settle in XRP at the other end. Ooh, that's actually a very interesting thing. Go ahead, riff away, Eagle.
Yeah. So I remember that's where I first noticed about it. Bradley Kimes, that they could move BTC on the XRP Ledger.
And I have so when I talk off camera on the phone with Mickey B Fresh a lot.
Okay.
We're putting some stuff together.
Nice.
Now, he behind the scenes, well, he's been publicly vocal about this, so I'm not outing him or nothing.
Yeah.
He's like very hip to this Kava platform and this Kava thing.
Yeah.
And the utilization of, like you coined the phrase earlier, atomic swapping, where you're swapping a token on chain for another thing. The XRP Ledger is so incredibly nimble at that, efficient at that, that I guess once all the trust line issues are dealt with, because you have to trust that the IOU that's issued to you is solid. So, I don't know, do people who are off-chain currency integrators get authenticated from VeChain?
I don't know.
And now your IOUs are VeChain authenticated. This is actually a IOU. Funny. Boy, I just made that shit up right now.
Oh man. So XRP, man, it is a monster, bro. It is a monster.
Now, this is from Lance. Now, Lance, I met with the Crypto and Coffee crowd. Nick Black's got a channel, Crypto and Coffee. He runs a daytime. I think he moved it down to 12 o'clock Eastern. It's either 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock Eastern. Help me with that, guys. But he's a macroeconomist, smart, bright guy, talks macroeconomics. He deals with a lot of different coins. Most of the fees I paid during the bull run, were cashing out to
Coinbase. Yes, Vet.
And here we go. We got Stack and Zerp saying the same thing. The exchange fees are higher than XRP transaction fees. Oh, well, share the love. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, Dakota, check this out. I was testing DeFi smart contracts and would have lost a lot of XRP during the March tank. I was testing DeFi smart contracts. Dakota, you sound entirely too intelligent to be tuning into this channel. No, I'm kidding. Wow, Dakota, I would love to hear that background, that backstory.
Yeah,
that is really interesting to me. Smart contracts are extremely compelling topic for me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Eagle. I'll tell you one of the things when I first got here, was a concern of mine. Coming from kind of the legacy world, like I have a Charles Schwab account, I have a Fidelity account, I have a TD Ameritrade account. I've got stuff, I've got assets.
Right.
If I was to die tomorrow, all of that shit is so easily set up. All my son has to do is, hey, here's the death certificate. The old man died. Give me all the shit. Right? I've got all that set up.
All set up.
But not in crypto.
It
doesn't exist in crypto. So I was thinking
it does exist. It exists.
Where?
It's called Safe Haven.
Writing it down.
On the
deep dive into Safe Haven.
Chain. Oh my goodness. Safe Haven.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're telling me I can literally, well, wait, how much do you know about Safe Haven? Can I ask you about it?
I literally just today, it's so funny you brought that up. Today, watched a channel with Viking, where he had the CEO of Safe Haven on his YouTube channel. I'll send you that. I'll send you that interview when we get off.
Please do. Please do. I will check this out because I was thinking to myself, okay.
Wow.
Uphold, that was my first interaction. Coinbase and Uphold were my first entries or on-ramps. How about on-ramps into the crypto world?
Okay. Celsius too is nice.
Yeah, I couldn't. Celsius wasn't around when I got here.
Okay.
Not at least as far as what I was doing. So anyway, I thought to myself, so I email him, I want to set up my beneficiary information. I'm sorry, we don't do that. I said, what? We don't do that. I thought to myself, oh, this is not good. But there are smart contracts. And then I'm putting out like the very first video I ever did. I'm asking this question. This is a year and 2 years ago.
What's up, trusting yourself?
You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, folks. Oh, I trust yourself. Thank you for tuning in. How do I set something up so my kids are set up?
Right.
And somebody told me, well, you know what? It'd be easy to set up an XRP escrow. And I thought, all right, that's kind of a backwards way, but possibly. Here we got one. Can you read? You can see the words and all that?
Yeah. It says
right,
you can also tokenize the BTC on Ledger XRPL and process the transactions on XRPL. It will be locked into the XRPL and retain the BTC value as long as needed per Codius smart contract. Beast.
Dakota, I'm going to hire you. I'm going to put you to work as the smart contract expert.
Awesome.
Here we go. Bill, that's what I'm.
Same.
Nexos. Bill, I'm scared about Nexos. I'm having major issues with Celsius. My account has been whoa, there's been a problem in Celsiusville. I got a friend who's got his entire friggin' life on that platform. Can you imagine?
I love Celsius.
Oh, do you? You love it?
Absolutely love it. Yeah. I guarantee whatever the issue is, Alex Mashinsky will fix it.
Now even your tokens that don't pay you to own them as part of their protocol, you've got them sitting on Celsius earning you.
Oh, I've got some XRP on Celsius. Almost 2 years now.
Oh, you're gonna be so friggin' rich.
Do you know that they don't have no access to their tokens. They're all on Fireblocks. The only interaction is when they go in and out.
Interesting.
Yeah, take of all. I don't mess with any DeFi project except Celsius.
And you know what's funny? I have a friend. Like I said, his entire friggin' world is on that platform. And if it were
don't put the whole world on it. Don't put your whole world on it.
Well, he did. He got his whole friggin' world's on that thing. And if it went tits up tomorrow, it'd be life changing. Anyway,
Yeah.
make a long story short.
What really got me like involved with Celsius was Alex Mashinsky and how transparent he is about everything. He's overly trying to tell you what's going on with his company. I mean, extreme details. And then he continues to I think he just acquired Chainlinks for the verification yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to dig in a little bit more.
Another Oracle for
Yeah.
making sure they got the rates
Yeah.
rates at the best market rate.
They exaggerate their proof.
Right. Dakota says you can escrow stuff on the XRP Ledger to pay your kids after death. Have the terms of the smart contract read: on death, pass or transfer XX amount of crypto to XX wallet for insert their name.
How beautiful is that?
Dakota, you're the man. You're the man.
Dakota, you are a beast. You're a beast, Dakota.
For sure. There was something so the Celsius thing. So my buddy's got his whole life on the thing. I decide, okay, I'm going to check it out, right? So I'm going through the whole deal. I'm telling you, I could not get my passport verified with friggin' Celsius. I went through 3 different customer service people on the email.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you can't verify your stuff through the mobile app, they can't help you. And I have a problem with that.
They have a desktop version they're coming out with too.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, we're getting towards the end here, but I'm not going to leave anybody out. So if you had a question that I somehow missed, which is pretty easy because I get distracted, make sure we're gonna stay on for another 10 minutes. Get any last questions that you didn't get answered, and between myself, Eagle, or somebody in the chat, we're going to address it and get to it. Okay, Vito, Celsius versus Nexos. I have a Nexos account. I have some stuff on Nexos. Nexos seems to be doing what they said they were going to do, and I've been involved with them on both sides of the equation. So I borrowed against my crypto, and now I have crypto generating dividends or interest.
Yeah.
So I've been on both sides. I don't have any issues with Nexo, and you can speak to Celsius. You love it.
I love it. I've been with Celsius since they started. Yeah. Use the Nano Ledger, use Celsius, a little bit of Uphold, spread it around.
So we said Dakota says he's about to move some stuff to Celsius. Excellent. One thing I will tell, I definitely got to give Alex. Oh, you got a link? There you go. I got to give Alex Mashinsky some credit. Hey, Carolina.
Love Carolina.
That guy is so active
in
the public. There's only one guy I think that has more camera time than him, and that would be Mr. Charles Hoskinson from Cardano.
Yeah.
Who does like a daily M&A. Okay,
Yeah.
Here we go. Jerry, I want to interview you, sir, for the Financial Literacy 101 convo on my life. Not a problem. I'm and this goes for anybody, but of course for Aegis Addis, my Twitter and my Facebook are in the description of every video I do. On Twitter, my DMs are open. I don't need to be following you for you to send me a DM. And on Facebook, you can send me a private message and we can connect through email and then take it. We can connect. I'm easy to connect with. I'll leave it at that. Okay, please bring Bear Bull next week. You know, I'm too little. Those guys don't like DAI won't give me the time of day. I mean, he's shouted me out a few times on his channel, and that I really appreciate. But I can't get Brad Kimes. I can't get DAI. I can't get Mr. B. I can't get. I mean, the list of people I can't get to show up for this show, you know, is incredible. Like, I mean, Dan from Digital Asset News confirmed that he was going to be here tonight. I don't see him. You know what I mean? So I'm just a little guy, little Mr. 3,000 subs, just kind of, you know, doing my thing.
You know what, Jerry? Like when I started watching your show, I didn't even I guess I didn't recognize how many subscribers you had. I didn't look at that. But when I watched your show, the value you gave was like you had a whole lot of subscribers. Oh.
You know, when I go to bed at night, I feel like I've got 15,000 subscribers.
No, but like I really enjoy your stuff. I get a lot from it. That's the reason I'm watching it.
No, I'm really glad that you and I have connected. I'm glad to have you on the show, and I'm looking forward to you getting back into the game. Oh, whoa! I want to make sure I address. There was just a question. Yeah, have either of you looked into ENG? I'll be honest, Sam. That's I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. That's not Engine Coin, right? No, I think Engine's with the J.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wouldn't have any idea. For those of you that are subscribing right now, thank you so very much. I'm heavily involved with Nexo and have zero complaints. Trust in yourself. There you go, baby. Awesome. You know, here's the thing. As an investor, and this isn't for me, although this is what I live by, it's important for all of us to keep in mind a few basic tenets, and that is there's no such thing as bad or good. If you understand that there are degrees of risk when you're investing, nothing is a for sure thing. Right. So if you understand the risk you're taking and you're cool with it, then by all means do it. Yeah. Your risk tolerance doesn't have to be the same as the guy next to you. That's the beauty of diversity and us being individuals. Like, I might take more risks than you, Eagle, or you may take more risks than me. It doesn't mean either one of us is right or wrong. Right. If we're following, goals, we're preparing ourselves, we know what the downside is. And we also understand the success probability rates, right? So I do these calculations all the time. All the time. How much risk exposure do I have? What's the upside? Do I need to scale back on this? Do I need to push the throttle down on this? You know, that's kind of next level shit. Yeah. Entry level stuff is, do you believe in it? Do you understand the downside? So XRP, I think, has been one of the strongest conviction investments I've ever made. But I do understand it's not 100%. Right. Right. I am very clear that my investment, I could lose money. We're very aware of it. Lose money on this. And matter of fact, for the last 2 years, I have lost money. Yeah. I'm not a profitable investor in crypto. I started buying in 2000, right after the bull run of 2018, which was the worst time in the world to be investing in this crypto market. But I did it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I made my bed. I don't feel that the projects I invested in are any less valuable just because I bought at the wrong time. Great content. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bullish Gorilla. All right. So I think we've answered our questions. I think the audience got, a nice little flavor Eagle, of who you are. I want you to know that you always have a seat in my studio.
Oh man, I greatly appreciate that so much.
And we'll bring you back. I mean, for those of you that haven't had a chance to check out his channel, it's Blockchain Monkeyz on YouTube. He's got content.
Song too. I have a pre-moon song for you guys too.
Great song. If you're into what I would call intelligent hip hop, it's intelligent hip hop. You crafted a song. You literally crafted a crypto rap tune that isn't just words. There's meanings of every line, every verse, right?
Yeah.
You're telling a story in hip hop form.
Right.
I played it on this channel, by the way.
I saw it.
Oh, did you see that?
I watched.
Keep in mind, I'm playing it live, and I've got a nuclear engineer on my show as the guest that night.
Okay.
not a street guy. He wasn't from the street at all.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, I will tell you that after the show, he DM'd me on Twitter and said, send me a link to that song.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That is so cool.
A nuclear scientist. Hey, James. Yeah. All right, folks. So for those of you that have hung with us for the live stream, thank you so very much. And for those of you that have tuned in for the replay, thank you so very much. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to help to see my channel grow. And if not, that's cool too. We're going to keep doing these shows, number one, because they're fun. And number two, because together, by asking questions and sharing thoughts, ideas, and expressing ourselves, we make ourselves better investors. And at the end of the day, that's all I'm really trying to accomplish. I want to be a better investor. I know Eagle wants to be a better investor. And if you're tuning into the show, you want to be a better investor. So from Philadelphia and Costa Rica, until next time, everybody, pura vida. Barbara. Good night, all.
Good night.